Mutabani, to be born here isn't to be stranded here. I'll give up pieces of this land to send you across the land. So share that atapande shabu with your neighbors. You may ride borders for some time, but if you work hard, you will cross borders. From this homestead, grounded by mango and guava trees, fear not to leave behind people swallowing mangoes and smoking trees. Take with you the traditional wisdom of our elders to add to the degree of understanding you acquired, because learning never ends. Here, the pace is slower, but remember, the people are warmer. It is home, where mother lives and gives to all her motherings.
My mother sold her land so that I could leave the motherland. Yet I have left my motherland so I could afford to buy my motherland.
The journey to growth and self-discovery is one that goes for miles, nights into days, slowly unraveling mother's embrace. Each destination requires new shoes.
Every step with courage, overcoming the fear of the unknown. But when you find yourself lost in the unknown, you discover more of yourself.
Files and brown paper envelopes in hand, deadlines and bar lines in exchange for some cash flow. We're all on the same boat. Where the currents carry you requires currency exchange, and inflation differs across the currencies.
Countries close to the ocean have more opportunities, but we are all drowning in debt.
You see high tides sweeping you into poverty.
It feels like home, but it's not home. The food is different. The one thing in common, it's more of carbohydrates and less of proteins. It explains why my people beef each other.
Yet at mother's home, good food overflows into compost fields. A full-time job here and a gig there, yet ends never meet, living through several beginnings that meet their end prematurely.
My mother sold her land so that I could leave my motherland. Yet I left my motherland so I could afford to buy my motherland. Omulimu gwe nnina tegulina linnya.
It gets harder to give life meaning far away from your upbringing.
What is home? Where is home? Who is home? Home is where your heart is, but the people running home are heartless.
Home is memories of storytelling without having to defend where you're from. Yet these stories are the same if they walked a mile in your shoes.
But I know stories of kids who have never had shoes in their lives. I also know stories of people who have been running all their lives. I know stories of people who have family across national borders. So what do you mean I need a visa to visit my dad? A friendly neighbor with foreign skills shouldn't really make the news.
Mother gives and we take, but what we give back should not be more than what mother can take. Plotting deceit and strife on her estate, sowing for a bitter harvest.
I've been here all my life, but better opportunities are handed to strangers. Someone comes to your garden and reaps where they didn't sow, and our leaders don't intervene. Whoever speaks is silenced. No witness, they reap whoever sow.
Like prosperity isn't here for all of us to partake, but it is. Instead, what we lack we forsake. When milk and honey can be traded for some Ghanaian palm oil, and Jabulani can create scenes with the girl from Amparo, creating new business models to serve realities of the labor scene today.
Traveling out of the country still viewed as success. Reality check. Some flights outside the continent are chump change compared to the checks we signed to fly across the African borders.
Move away from the days where prestige looked like 10 flights of stairs to the corner office and the skylines only accessible to those signing on the bylines. The age-old fight of scientists over artists, which ones belong in the storied buildings.
You can choose to be an engineer or an architect to build the flows and stories, or flow like a poet and preserve this story.
Yet every building block of society creates the prosperity story for each one and their own, feeding on the excitement of the concrete maze of competing in endless meetings. It's possible to be devoured by the hunger for prosperity, encountering different tastes, hoping each one is a golden link in the chain of our good. To win the way we win today, it's a win. To be the simplicity and authenticity of who you come from.
Always remember, community is currency, so social capital is the greatest investment.
Where true success can be measured by relationships and your impact over communities. Where titles are in honor of reputation, not so much for commodities.
My mother sold her land so that I could leave the motherland. Yet I left my motherland so I could afford to buy my motherland.
There's plenty in other lands that we can share with the motherland.
There is more to life. I will go out, explore and experience life, meet new people and make memories, share our stories far and beyond the land.
Together, we can win
for mother and her land.